Hello, welcome to Scott's Odyssey. Sometimes I find it good practice just to go for a walk in the woods. It's a great way to get reconnected with nature, your spirit, and yourself. Today I'm on a walkabout through Pennsylvania State Game Lands number 44 in Elk County, part of the Pennsylvania Wilds just below Ridgway. Let's see what we find as we wander back into this forest. See you in a minute. Give you an idea of his size. Always follow the path. Yep. That's going to be a hike. We came upon this little bridge. Now we're getting into the thick of it. About a mile and a half in on the trail. And the woods just kind of thicken up. We still have a trail, which is cool, but it gets really thick. Now we're on the butt kicking part. Yes, the camera is level with the ground. We're going uphill. And it's butt kicking. Another half a mile like this. Sorry about the heavy breathing. Had to take a break. It keeps going on, but I wanted to show you something at my break spot. We had a big windstorm a few months back. And all along the trail, all these trees taken down, one after the other, all the way up the trail. These are some pretty big logs. Just a quarter more mile to go. Whew, this one's killing me. This is a tough one. This is about as tough as going up the Kinzua Bridge far side. Definitely tough. Let's see if we can't get a picture of it. Down there. I'll move the camera. See if we can't put it on horizontal and see if you can see it down there at the bottom. Pretty steep. Pretty high up. Beautiful. Still got a ways to go. About a quarter more mile. I could do it. Okay, so I made it to one part of the top. I've made it to the bottom part of Devil's Den, which is the name of the high point on this particular part of the mountain. You can see behind me, it was a steep climb. I just got done taking a 20-minute nap, and I think I might take a little bit longer of a nap. But before I do that, and before I start losing lighting, I wanted to show you the structures of Devil's Den. I'll actually get you to the den if I can find it, but I do have to find it. This is just, it's incredible. This is so massive. So massive, so beautiful. Dip it down so you can see how high up it goes. It's about 3-4 stories possibly. Really neat effects on the sandstone here. I'll turn this around so you're not looking at me and you're looking at what I'm seeing. Nice and cool up here. It's just sheer walls. We'll get into talking about what this is. It's a really neat weatherization effect. Makes for a good home for spiders.
Devil's Den is part of the Pottsville Sandstone Conglomerate Geological Formation, which is part of the Pocono Formation composed of dense conglomerate float blocks. This particular set of rocks is an example of millions of years of both mechanical weathering from direct wind and water, as well as slow erosion weathering. The remnants of this weathering are an interesting feature called molds, like you would cast into something. And when you usually find these molds closed, it's where fossils would be found. Some of the formations are just pits, or more accurately called taphoni, and appear like alveolar, like the holes in your lungs or in a sponge, and larger honeycomb or stone lace patterns. Which just goes to show you that this area, although currently at 2,165 feet above water, was once part of the Appalachian Basin during the Middle Devonian period. That means this area was about 9,000 feet underwater, perhaps slightly briny, but nowhere near as salty as the ocean, and more or less trapped between mountain ranges, one of which would have been from Harrisburg, PA, and most of New Jersey at nearly 6,000 feet in height, approximately 359 million years ago. The water at that time was full of jawless fish, who were being quickly replaced and eaten by jawed fish. And due to the oxygen depletion in this basin's water, fish that actually began to develop lungs and walk onto land. That's right here in Pennsylvania.
We got some holes here. I'll have to go back to the bag and get some flashlights. Definitely gonna have to get flashlights because we got holes. Oh, I'm wondering if that's Devil's Den or if this one on this side is. Nah, that one's too shallow unless it goes all the way back. Have to get the flashlight. Really neat effect here. The colors are amazing. It's not too tight here. It's about 2.5, 3 feet apart. I'm not going to risk going up there. But we do need to see what's on the other side. I'm coming from that side. All right, let's go back. Amazing. Worth the hike? Oh, well, I don't know about that. I'll get you the official grade and difficulty. But I'll tell you, it was hard. It was definitely hard. It challenged me the whole way up. Let's see what else we can find. Look at this fella. He's just massive. I'll come over underneath and give you a perspective view. Alrighty, let's do perspective. Alright, so we were just looking at the wall. That's behind me. Now, let's see what it takes to look above me. Alright, we're down at my feet. Up there's the peak. I'd like to go up there. I don't know if that's going to happen. I gotta adjust my personal sugar levels first. They're running a little high after I did that hike. Gotta bring them down some. Then we'll see what happens. Although it's state game land, people do come up and have fires and stuff in the rock shelters. I mean, what are you gonna do to stop them? Trust me, get up that hill, no one's coming up here to stop them. Not unless they absolutely have to. They actually have a marathon that they do out here called the Boulder Dash, where they run 20 miles, 14 miles out, 14 miles back up this hill, and I couldn't even barely walk up it. There's some more stuff. That's the other side of where we were. Lots of little trails that go around. Big opening. What do we got here? So we are in a rock city.
Now, Devil's Den's not actually a cave, but a series of large rocks clumped close together, forming what is commonly called a rock city. It started as a single large boulder, but through time and frost wedging became a series of smaller boulders close together. The den itself was created through this weatherizing process known as frost wedging, where water pools inside of cracks of rocks and then freezes during the cold months, ultimately pushing the cracks open wider and wider each year. The name Devil's Den predates 1863 Gettysburg location all the way back to the late 1700s. The reason for the name is not expressly known, but it's probably similar to the story to the name of Devil's Den in Gettysburg, which was named based on the fact that locals believed a snake of 8 to 15 feet in size lived in the den, and it was the snake that was called Devil.
This seems to be in the middle. All these rocks were frost wedged. Used to be one big boulder. I'll talk about frost wedge more a little bit later. Whew. Little trails going everywhere. Get lost. Aha, here's something. There's a way up. What have we here? That's pretty cool looking. So is that. That's really neat. Get some light on it. Yeah, that looks like the easiest way through. Knock knock, anybody home? Yep. That was the easiest way through. And it didn't put me anywhere I want to be. Getting higher up. A lot more over there. All right, let's find an easier way. All right, so here we are at the peak of Devil's Den. This is the peak of the actual knob on the mountain. Had a lot of crow, turkey, whippoorwill, squirrels, everything's hollering at me up here. Fortunately, no snakes or bears yet. I'm just taking a little break here. Trying to catch my breath, get my energy up again. All right, let's see what else we can find. Ooh, these little flags are for the guys that do the Boulder Dash run. Ooh, what do we got here? Look at this. Isn't this pretty? That's not pretty. But this is gorgeous. Ah, some place to catch the breeze. Perfect. Look at the way these guys capture the water. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Let's get that a different way. Might be able to drone from here. Long way down. Lots of overhang. Beautiful. Long way down. All right, here's the deal. I made it to the top. I made it to Devil's Den. I got the footage. I didn't get a chance to tell you the story and explain a lot more about some of the rock and why the weatherization causes those types of formation. I'll do that in post-edit. That was 2.1 miles to get to that destination. And I was going to go 1 more mile further to get the infamous Umbrella Rock. Unfortunately, that's going to have to wait for another time. Not 10 steps into that part of the journey, I twisted out my hip. One bad step into a fern bed with a boulder, and well, I'm not here with anybody else. I'm here alone. And although there's people aware that I'm here and I've been in contact with them over text messages, but I have injured myself and I'm currently making my way back down the mountain. I've only I would say the past 45 minutes, I've only made it about half a mile down the hill. And it's getting overcast, so we'll see what goes on there. But I stopped here to let you guys know what's going on. Know that I am okay. I will be absolutely fine. I'll give you an update in the community chat about it. But I apologize in advance. Didn't get Umbrella Rock. That one's going to have to wait for another adventure, and I think I'll come in from the other side. I'll come in from the other state game land side, which is a little flatter, but a lot further. I think it's 4 miles that way as opposed to, well, I did a shortcut and I did a ridge run, and well, I paid for it every frickin' step of the way. Anyway, there's an update, so I'll let you know what's going on. All right, before I sign off completely, remember to click subscribe. It's over this way. Here it is, right there. Little hat and everything. Click that, or the red button that's directly below that. Click subscribe. Give me a like. Leave me a comment. Try not to leave a comment about, you know, oh, I hope you're okay, and did you get hurt and how bad it happens. When you go out on these things happen. And I'm just doing the best choice right now, which is to evac from the mountain. Anyway, click like, click subscribe, leave me a comment. I hope you enjoy what you do see in this video, and I'll see you on the next one.